A customer has just brought a machine in for repair that I have to show you. After 25 years of being in business, I've never seen anything like this before. This is a Dell motherboard. This is a Dell hard drive, well, the hard drive that came with it. And this is a Dell power supply. And yes, that's wood with warnings about vapors can be irritating to the eyes and affect your respiratory system. And they've glued it, and they've also glued these hard drive rails onto the back of this motherboard. They use something like liquid nails. These rails will not come off without ripping the entire surface of the circuit board off. Furthermore, and what you really need to understand about this is this was a gaming PC that sold for about $1,500. No, 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 no. No. Power supply? Listen, if you want to build a cheap gaming computer, let me show you how you can build one for under $100 that'll never need to be upgraded. It needs no cooling whatsoever, and you will more than likely never ever get through the entire game in your lifetime. All right, now I have to come into the house briefly to explain this next part to you. There are folks like me who are in their mid-40s who really, yeah, I'm gonna go with mid-40s, who are really in the nostalgic mode when they see these old arcade games, the old upright arcade cabinets. But do you have any idea how much those old upright arcade cabinets sell for? Let's take a quick look on eBay. Now oftentimes, but not always, the internals of these arcade cabinets is nothing more than an old PC like this one, hooked up with a monitor and some speakers, and of course a joystick and some firing buttons. That's all there is to it. It's an incredible profit margin. Now, for those of you who watch my videos regularly, I'm sure you recognize this computer because I used it on data recovery for this video right here. And then I used it again because it wouldn't turn on in this video right here. This customer, as I explained in those videos, does not want this computer. He simply wanted the data off of it, and because the computer would not turn on, he could not pull the data off. He wants the data, and the rest of it can go anywhere. He doesn't care. Just get it out of his house. So this is a perfect example of what potentially could be a $3,500 gaming PC. This is a computer from 2007. It's nothing more than a Pentium 4, 3 gigahertz with just 1 gig of RAM and Windows XP. It doesn't hook up to the internet, so Windows XP is not a problem. So outside I had this hard drive. This is the part I didn't smash because this actually has the multi-arcade machine emulator software on it along with all the games. And this is somewhat illegal. Not the MAME software itself, but the arcade games themselves. That's why if you want to build your own, you have to download all the games separately from, questionable sites. And there's a better way than this, but let's just cover MAME first. So if you wanted to play the old school arcade games, and these games, by the way, these are the games I played. There were no 3D graphics. And the levels were the same levels over and over, only it got harder and faster until you died, just like life. I'm stealing that quote from Ernest Cline. And if you don't know who Ernest Cline is, well, there's a movie coming out called Ready Player One, which is a fantastic science fiction book that he wrote. He's one of us. He's one of the geeks. And anyway, he did some slam poetry that's hilarious. If you have time, look it up on the internet. And it's really funny. But regardless, I'm getting sidetracked. What I've done, when you saw me smash that motherboard outside, that motherboard was dead. There was no repairing it. The only thing that was of any value was the software on the drive. And what I've done is I've transplanted the software off of this drive onto the drive in here. And I want to show you what it looks like to have a dedicated arcade machine outside of the cabinet. All right, so all we need right now for this to be an arcade cabinet is the cabinet itself. So it's ridiculous to pay upwards of $3,500 for essentially is just the cabinet. And like I said, not everybody who sells the cabinets is using an old PC like this. It wouldn't make any sense to use a newer one because that's just a waste of money. And like I said, these old school arcade games, you can play them and play them and play them and likely never win them. Now you see the screen's tilted here because back in the day, arcade games were either horizontal or vertical. This one is vertical, so let me just rotate it here so you can see it. There we go. I'll just hold it. Now, when this comes up, it's got a custom menuing system that somebody wrote. And whoever it was, they certainly did their best to hide their work and to hide who they were because of the questionable legality of this. I don't know of anybody getting sued over it, but you can research it online if you're interested in creating something like this. But before the end of this video, I'm going to give you a much better, much simpler alternative than the time involved in this little project. Because someone spent some time on this. And I'm told the customer paid upwards of $1,500 for this arcade cabinet, but it was probably more than that, as you could tell just by looking at these eBay listings that I showed you. $1,500 is cheap. So it's still booting. In just a moment here, we're going to get our options. Here they are. And I'm going to use the keyboard since I don't have an arcade controller. And I'm just going to select one of these games. I need to step around to actually see, though. Let's pull up, well, let's see. Let's pull up my favorite. Where's my favorite Galaga? Oh, Galaga's over here. Okay. Now there's a few screens of games. You'll see there's a next button here, and there's about 3 screens just like this. So I'm going to select Galaga, and it's actually a replication. Well, sound works. It's actually a replication of the arcade machine itself. This is not something anybody recoded. It's the actual program code from the real arcade machine, which is important to folks like me who want to remember it the way it was, not like the Nintendo version or the Sega Genesis version or the Xbox version. This is the real deal. This is, you know, I can't underscore the authenticity and how important that is. I want it the way I remembered it. So we'll simulate putting a coin in it, and then we'll simulate starting the game. That's all there is to this. Remember, we were dumping quarters in this for every 3 players, or, you know, depending on how good you were, you get an extra guy. So we would dump quarter after quarter after quarter. So when you hear $1,500 for an arcade machine, that's actually really cheap, because as a teenager, we probably pumped a lot more than $1,500 worth of quarters in them, and that was 1980s money. So let me go back outside and tell you more about the alternative to this, which is a lot easier, a lot cheaper, a lot less stressful, and 100% legal. I'm sorry, just for kicks, so I gotta bring this one up real quick. I gotta hear this. I miss this so much. This is music to my ears. Oh yeah, it's on like Donkey Kong. What I've got in front of me here is something called a Jamma board. See, I made a useful thing out of the wood. You know, I couldn't even read the make and model of this hard drive because there's no way to pull the wood off of it. But I did run some software to determine what that was. But that's irrelevant. What we've got here are 2 different Jamma boards. Now these Jamma boards represent 2 different styles of arcade games. Some arcade games had the monitor in a vertical position. Most of them did. So the games that I like Galaga, Galaxian, Gyrus, Dig Dug, Donkey Kong, all those games had the screen vertical. So you need a different Jamma board for horizontal games. This one is the vertical board. This has got 60 arcade games all in one, and they're the original arcade ROMs. This board over here is a 19-in-1, so that means there's 19 games on here. These are all horizontal games from a manufacturer called Williams. And Williams made these great arcade games like Joust, Defender, Stargate, Robotron. Now when you download ROMs from the internet, the reason why when you download MAME it doesn't come with them is because of copyright issues. But if you buy a Jamma board, you don't have to worry about any of that. All this is on the up and up. And the connections to this are very simple. All you have to do is plug a regular VGA monitor into this, and you can rotate that monitor horizontally or vertically as you need it. This is a regular speaker output for PC speakers, and it's all powered by a normal Molex connector off of a PC power supply, which you can short out in order to turn it on, or you can just install a normal PC on-off button to make that short for you right onto the power connector. And you're hooked up and ready to play, except you're going to need a controller. So that's what this part is. For people that have been in the business a long time, you might think this is an ISA board, but this is not. This is the standard Jamma connector. So any Jamma compatible board will have the Jamma connector. So for about $12 you can buy a Jamma harness, and this harness enables you to hook up a regular CRT arcade monitor if you want to. It enables you to hook up all different types of controllers. So what I have here is a control board from an old original Galaxian upright arcade game, and you know, it's a little rusty, but it works perfectly. These old switches were just metal hitting metal versus the micro switches that we use on modern controllers today. And these can be swapped out if you want to swap them out. I personally like the feel of the old original contacts. It works just amazingly well. And so with very simple wiring, you can find the schematics for which wire goes where on the other end of this connector. You can very easily wire this up. You can even build your own arcade cabinet. All the specifications for the measurements are all found online for free. Or go on Craigslist like I did to find this old controller. Maybe you can just buy the whole arcade game with it. It doesn't matter if the CRT's burned out, it doesn't matter if the circuit board works, you just need the cabinet. You can fit a standard 19-inch CRT monitor in it. Barring going on Craigslist, you could just go to a website that sells the Jamma boards. These Jamma boards range anywhere from $45 to $60 on average, and they have multiple in-ones. So this is a 19-in-1, this is a 60-in-1. They go up to 501, but all the ones above 60-in-1 do have some Asian arcade games that have cartoon nudity, and they're really weird games, and it's an awful lot to choose from. So I like to stick with the arcade classics, the Dig Dug, the Donkey Kong, the Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, all the classics, Zaxxon, Xevious, and those are available in the 60-in-1 depending on if it's a horizontal or vertical game. As I mentioned, all the Williams games are here, and what you've got is a real gaming computer for under $100 minus the cost of a cabinet that you put it in. Some people go, well, why not just run MAME on my computer? Because you're using the keyboard as your controller, and MAME doesn't quite replicate the games precisely. Some games it does better than others. Sometimes there's little bugs, artifacting, and sound issues. So I, as a purist, don't recommend that. This is just like having the real arcade game. It'll even take quarters. Part of this connector is for the coin slot if you want to hook that up. So it really replicates an actual arcade game. And let me tell you guys something else. Your Xboxes and your Xbox 360s, your PlayStation 3s and 4s, you should save those, because in 20 or 30 years, maybe even longer than that, you're going to want to pull those out of the closet and replay them again. It's very nostalgic when you get older. If you look online right now for how much an original NES system's going for, or a Sega Genesis system that works and has the box, they're going for 4 figures on eBay right now. So do yourself a favor. With your old obsolete gaming system, put it all back in the box. Don't forget to put your power cable. Put everything you're going to need in there. Take batteries out of things because the batteries will leak. And in 20 or 30 years, I'm telling you, you're going to be so happy you did that. When you pull up Halo again, or Call of Duty, or Overwatch, Destiny, it's going to bring back such memories for you. You're going to be glad you held on to it. Just when you're done with it, don't sell it. Put it in a box, stick it in the garage, and forget about it. You're going to be so happy when you're 35, 45, 55 years old that you pull that thing out and hook it up to your TV or your holographic center, whatever we're using in that time. There'll always be adapters to connect it, or still with as many monitors, you'll always be able to find an old monitor somewhere. You're going to be so happy you did that. The nostalgia value of that is priceless. To purchase one of these Jamma boards, you can just search eBay, or my preference, there's actually a company right in my own hometown called highscoresaves.com, and they have great prices and excellent customer service. They are not paying me to make this video, and I have links to all this information in the video notes below. So anyway, there's a gaming computer that will never go obsolete, needs no cooling, that you will probably never ever master any one of the 60 games on there, and it's all under $100. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. By the power of Grayskull! No, wait. What does Thor say? Oh, you humans are so tiny.